Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Rings of Inasvine campaign on It All Happens on Game Night. I'm your DM, voice, also known as Paul. We are doing a small mini session for us to finish up Kalius's session 0.
So just think about this as a 0.5.
No, this is going to be 0.45. Because you never know, Carlos, you might lose another character. And then, then
I'll try not to mess up the timeline.
That point,
listen, if we have to pull out, like, Fear and have them be your next backup character, I'm going to not be happy. But that'd be really funny though.
for the bit.
Do it for the bit. Listen, I know you're chill with the characters dying, but for chat, in case you don't know, this has happened a lot.
Not a lot, just a few times, and a lot of close calls.
Okay, yeah. Also,
And one of them did get better.
one of them did get better after being sacrificed. Anyway, still
So
nearly not as
Uh,
bad as the player that went through 4 characters in one session. That is a true story.
that is
one of
an
your true
unfortunate
stories or one of the
story.
internet stories.
No, one of my true stories. I once had a player
Oh my god.
at the end of one of my first ever long form campaign in high school. I had one player. I'm not going to tell you their name. Went through 4 characters on like the third to last session. No, it was second to last. Yeah, second to last session.
Just
And
wow.
Wow.
yeah, no, they put in effort. Anyway, that is besides the point. We are going through Achilles' session 0, when going over his time as an adventurer in the Chariotum Guild, with all the misadventures there, and his next steps of buying a bar in Tenderly that they called this Seraphic Roast, a tavern and brewery. The unfortunate events of post alignment day have taken effect, and after a run in with some very hostile military people who killed Kalis's front of house, they were led by one of their cooks to a warehouse, who took the other cook, saying, "Wait here, I will let you know of anything further."
Uh, Give me 1 second. I gotta answer the door. I'll be back in a minute. I'm sorry, everybody.
This is how Kalius dies.
This is how Kalius dies.
Sorry about that. I had to answer the front door, but I'm back now.
Okay. As uh,
Prepare.
as both of the cooks escape whatever situation that Kalius is not aware of, we're going to come back to Kalius, their brewmaster Liana, their busboy Fear, and the emotionally traumatized goblin that is a croon who watched their sibling die.
Only a little bit.
Once again, you guys are in an alleyway nearby this large warehouse that Jory took Sora, and you haven't heard any response yet.
How long has it been so far?
It's probably been a minute or two.
Okay. Uh, Probably pacing around, going to the mouth of the alley, looking out every now and then. I know they said they wouldn't be long, but they. I'm getting kind of worried here.
Yeah, so am I. I don't like this neighborhood to begin with. With everything that's going on, I think the longer we stay here, the more trouble we're in. What do you think we should
Let's
do?
just let's just give it 5 more minutes. If we don't hear back from them, I hate to say it, but we don't hear back from them in at least 5 minutes, we should probably assume the worst. God, I hate myself for saying this, but you really can't stay here long. The whole place has gone mad.
I agree.
Ekroon is quiet, sticking with you guys, but has not said much. Whereas Fear looks between the two of you and just, this is not good. I This sort of situation is not in my programming.
I don't think
This
this is in
type of
anybody's
situation is
programming.
not in a lot of people's programming, buddy.
I'm not used to all the screaming.
We don't even know what's going on out there. That's what scares me the most. If at least if we knew what was happening, we could actually plan accordingly. Right now, we're just sitting around waiting for something to happen.
I believe the situation is this: the military has revolted. It is everyone for themselves.
But why would
I don't
they?
know. I don't think those guys were the military. They literally went up in smoke when we killed them. As I checked, the local militia can't do that.
But they weren't of any outsider force. They were made of essence here in Inasvine.
I mean, how do we know that? Like, how? I don't know about you, but I've never encountered this before. I've never seen people just poof into smoke when they die.
Me neither.
That's not normal.
But that's why I'm confused. I am able to sense a lot of kinds of creatures. They were not outsiders. They were not angels or devils, fae, undead.
So whatever those people were, we know they are either from here and are under some type of magical effect, or maybe they were created by magic itself. I don't know. I'm not a scholar about magic and stuff. I'm just throwing wild guesses.
Yes, because those guiding bolts are wild guesses.
Listen, I trained and practiced, yes, but I didn't actually have to study or dedicate myself to a particular deity. This all this just kind of came to me.
Fear nods because, as I'm reminded, he's supposed to be a little bit antisocial. He just looks around. Akroon has their watch out and just looking at the time quietly as the screams and more smoke comes up from the village.
Is it safe to say it's been 5 minutes?
No, it's already been about 3 minutes at this point.
But as we're waiting, if we're not talking right now, can I maybe roll perception to see if I might be able to hear what people might be saying over, the sound of chaos and people being murdered?
You can try. It's gonna be a little bit hard for you, bro, though.
I could make an attempt.
You
And
can.
I think Liana would probably
Uh,
just be paying attention to our surroundings, just make sure nobody's approaching us. That might be whatever the hell these things are.
Sure.
yeah, that too. Um, I I know this is gonna sound stupid asking about this, but should I roll this at disadvantage because there is a lot happening right now?
No one's immediately around you. I am putting this at a very high DC though.
All right then. Let's go nat one. Close. It's an
And
11
an 11. Why don't you give me the total,
or
buddy?
15 or 15.
Got it. Uh, you are not able to pick up any specifics. However, it just seems generally chaotic. You're not immediately around any crowds. And at about the 4 minute mark, you do hear something. The the small sound of like a I will say, Kaylee, you're able to look up and see the thing coming above the city skyline. You're able to identify, clock it. This is an airship flying by, and I'm willing to say you are also able to see Sora is in the pilot seat, flying overhead. You even see them point at you guys.
All right then yeah, I'm gonna look around, pick up like a loose rock. Wait. Do I even have that? Okay, so I don't have light, but the celestial burst cantrip can, if it hits an object, it can make that object emit light for a round. And I just like fire a weak celestial burst at like a rock I pick up and just have it flash so I could like signal them better down here.
I'm pretty sure a celestial burst is already a little bit of a flare. You don't need to do anything further than that.
Yes, but I don't want to shoot it upward. I just want to like hit the rock, so I'm using the rock as like a landing beacon.
Got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
we're not
you
trying to
To
draw
see what the
anybody
Air
else's
Force
attention.
used.
got it. You hit the rock, and there does appear to be some conversation in the airship as they fly overhead. Kalius, you hear in your head. Uh, just please make a quick intelligence check to see if you remember what this is.
Got it.
Cool. You
17.
you're being hit with a message spell. As you hear in the back of your head,
Okay.
hear in the back of your head, Jory. No time to explain. I need you to head over to the main teleportation dais. There's a big man. Ha- has a pale skin, strict face. Help them. Help. He'll help others. I believe that's 25 words. Uh, and just flies off. The air,
Um,
the airship begins to gain altitude.
it's the message cantrip and not the sending spell, right? So I can't
Yes.
really answer back.
Uh, both spells allow you to answer back. However, they are a little bit beyond. You can still talk back if you wish.
Then yeah, I'll just say, wait, can't you at least take one of us? Maybe Maybe a croon? Is there room? And they're still flying away. Okay, okay, alright, so good news, bad news, good news again. Kind of. Good news, Sora and Jalarmi, they're okay. They managed to get out.
Jalarmy.
Bad news, huh?
Jalarmy.
Didn't I say that?
No, their name is
Okay, didn't I say
Jory.
that?
Jory
Oh, my bad,
Balarmy. You
Jory.
mix the names together.
God.
Like Mario. Putting it together and make just a single Mario. Ew.
I was half right both ways.
Well,
Okay,
two
so
two halves of the wrong of it. Okay. One point out
listen,
of two is still a failing grade, sir.
listen, chat. In real life, I am bad with names.
This is real life. Well, okay, it's D&D, but still.
Okay, but so going back to the conversation. Good news, Jory and Sora are they didn't die. That's them in that airship. Bad news, I don't think they're gonna be able to come down to get any of us. Good news again, they did tell us that there's something happening at the teleportation DS, and if we help out, that might be our ticket out of here. So we just gotta.
So we came all the way here just to go all the way there. I don't like this. Too much that can
We
go
don't know
wrong
the
in
full
this
story of what
distance.
happened with Jory and Sora. Maybe the ship they have just doesn't have the room for the rest of us. I'm willing to give them benefit of doubt about that. Come on, it's um I'm gonna say it's not that far, even though in character he probably knows it's probably gonna be a good hour to half hour to an hour to before we get there. It's just stick close and try to avoid any unwanted attention. So let's rock and roll.
Yes, sir. Just begins to walk along. Fear begins to walk alongside you, Kalius. And
Rune, Liana,
the Kroon just stands up. And it seems like Liana also gives you a nod.
all right then. Exactly how far is it to the teleportation Diaz?
It's probably a few miles. So it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Especially if we're trying to avoid unnecessary attention to ourselves. But between the supposed military attacking people and other people just going nuts and attacking people as well in the madness.
Fair enough. Sorry, say that one more time.
That I imagine is if we're trying to avoid detection from hostile people, I imagine that's also the reason why it's gonna take us a bit of a while. Besides how the distance.
Cool. So you guys all making stealth checks, or
That sound good to you, Dragon?
don't mind the vibes.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good.
My body's trying to turn my inside into outside, so I didn't want you guys hearing it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Fair enough. But yeah, you cool rolling stealth.
Uh, do it or not.
You just gotta believe.
Heart of the cards, not heart of the dice. That's our problem.
Oh, good.
Don't worry, fear's trained in this.
My
How well
God.
was he trained? Was he paying attention?
Oh God.
Because I gotta say, to me, that looks like a definitive was not paying attention.
uh, God.
Uh, I
The dice
think
gods are not being nice again.
I think this is gonna make things really interesting. Uh, you guys are trying to stalk through the streets and alleyways and trying to get towards the Diaz in a less direct manner. Lots of yelling, lots of people screaming, few different things, lots of no's as as the swings of swords and even the shooting of crossbows. As you guys are walking through the best you can, a few people come out in front of you. They look like townsfolk. Some of them you actually recognize as uh, patrons, Kalius. And they look at you with desperate eyes. And unfortunately, it seems like you've gathered their attention as four of them walk up. Like, Kalius, you. He, and like just like looking to all of you.
Hey,
Do you
hey, hey.
guys know a way out?
Uh, maybe it's not a definite. We're trying to head to the teleportation Diaz.
No. We just came from there. It is a bloodbath over there.
What do you mean?
They the attendants are not there. They're not at their station, and people are screaming and running the teleportation, and it's there's blood everywhere.
So so wait, people are trying to operate the machine and getting themselves killed or something?
Yes.
What was it?
Okay,
What did they say? Something about a tall, pale guy?
yeah,
Cadius?
that's what Jory said. At the teleportation Diaz, did you happen to see a really tall fellow, pale complexion, serious
No,
demeanor?
no. Why are you talking about him? You know something, don't you, Kalius?
Just that the person I'm just described might be able to help at the teleportation Diaz. That's all I know. That's why we're heading there.
Okay,
Listen.
okay.
Just take a deep breath, okay?
Tell us everything. Tell us, and like they begin to draw weapons. Tell us everything you know.
Whoa,
He just
whoa.
did.
You don't need to do all this.
Who is
I
this
just told
pale?
you all I know.
Who is this pale person?
I don't know. I was just told that he was trying to help out and he might be able to do something. The
Uh,
description is all I have. You don't have to resort to this. Let's just all take a deep, calm breath
uh,
and think this through.
make a check.
What happened?
Make a check.
Would this be persuasion?
Whenever I say make a check, you tell me what skill you're trying to use, and I'll tell you then any modifiers.
Then yeah, I'm trying to diffuse the situation, so I'm gonna go persuasion.
Okay.
Uh,
Please roll with disadvantage, please, and
could
do not. Sorry. Yes, Liana.
I was gonna say, could I help him with that role since I was trying to tell him that we don't know who this guy is, just that we're supposed to find him and he's supposed to help.
Uh, what else do you say, Liana? You're,
Look, we don't know who this guy is. We were just told to head to the dais, that that was our escape, and to look for a tall guy, pale skin. He was gonna help.
okay.
That's all we know.
Okay. Are you?
He literally told you everything he knows.
You're still gonna have to make a persuasion check, Liana. But if you are you trying to make this like a persuasion check of yourself, or are you trying to give Kalius advantage?
I'm trying to help Kalius with theirs.
Okay, then please make a persuasion check. You're gonna need to get DC 10. Mainly doing this because you're not
All
trained
right.
in this. No, have Liana roll first. Okay. This negates disadvantage. Kalius, please roll persuasion at normal.
All right. Would this fall under negotiation?
No, revolves under peacemaking.
Got
Because
it.
these
So
these
no
pe
expertise dice.
Nope. You are definitely not
Got it.
negotiating with these guys.
Ooh, 23.
All right.
A
They look at you.
Listen, just if if what we were told is correct, come with us. We all might just be able to get out of here, okay? Just when we get there, just let me do the talking.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. And like they look at each other and like they like put down their weapons, still visibly panicked. As we move to the next thing, I would like you to please tell me what is the marching order here.
Um, as stupid as this is, I imagine Kalius might be at the front
Okay.
since he's one of the only leveled people here.
All right.
Liana would be sticking with Akron, trying to make sure that they're safe, since they seem to be let out of it themselves.
Fair enough.
Well, I cannot take this action while the game is currently paused. I can't move my token.
The game is not paused anymore.
Okay, there
They
we go.
apparently get nothing.
You lose. Good day.
It's a good day, sir.
Is that the front or is that the back where we just put our characters?
We'll say that's front.
Okay, cool.
All right. So if that is fine, I guess these guys are just gonna awkwardly walk flanking you guys.
I will say that Liana has some brass knuckles and a dagger, and she has them both out.
Cool.
Where did Liana get some brass knuckles?
Don't ask a lady where she has her weapons.
I am a woman, and I am a brewer. Gotta protect myself somehow.
Fair enough.
And as you do, I'm gonna need you guys to roll initiative.
Damn.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
some guys snuck up on you hearing the conversation.
No.
Question: would I be able to roll my perception off, or my initiative off of perception, since I was scoping it out, make sure nobody approached us?
Because you hadn't rolled perception, I'm gonna say no.
I rolled earlier when I said that when we left, I was paying attention to our surroundings, make sure nobody approached us that looked like they would be anybody of a danger.
Sure.
Okay.
Make sure you're not rolling private.
Well, those ones I specifically rolled private. I didn't even know what those were until he said that you got your advantage. or the negation, I should say.
These commoners are doing really good on initiative.
Good, because we're not.
Uh, I haven't gotten your guys' initiatives.
I rolled already. I got a 6.
Oh, my apologies. You do need to roll in, but definitely, Dragon, you did not roll initiative. Can you please
What?
roll again? So because
Oh,
I restarted the encounter. I do apologize.
no, I
Oh,
rolled
so should I
perception
re-roll
instead
again as
of
well?
initiative based on perception. That was the problem.
Yes. Yes,
Should I
please.
re-roll again
Yeah,
as
just
well?
roll again so that we can put you back onto the initiative,
Hey,
and we'll consider it that 6.
Got it.
Honestly, doesn't matter.
I got technically better.
I mean,
I didn't-
I guess.
technically better, still better.
I mean, I guess.
Wow.
All right.
Guys, can we not mess up the timeline, please?
You know, pretty funny that you did that.
Oh,
As things begin to happen, Liana, you turn around and see two similar military folk with their crossbows out, ready to go. You have the time to make a bonus action.
I don't think I have anything I could bonus action with. Crap, we got company. We got company. That's all I got.
All right. I'm gonna roll a d4. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, which one of the commoners are they going to attack?
uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the bottom row is all commoners, unfortunately. This one takes that damage, and this dude, unfortunately, hath been killed.
Oof.
Wait, I thought commoners have 4 HP.
They, we're gonna say these commoners are less than that.
Damn.
They are desperate, and they're on your side. So
And they're
narratively, they are less powerful. Uh, Akroon is gonna turn around with big ol' eyes, fear. Can't really do much. Kalius, what are you doing as a bonus action?
the only bonus action I have is prestidigitation.
So, do you want to do that?
Um, you know what? Uh, hmm. How light is it right now?
Pretty light.
Okay. Hmm. How far away are these guys shooting at us?
If we pull out our ruler, 40, yeah, about 40 feet away.
God, that's still too far for me to fake out them trying attacking them with the sparks of just regular magic. You know what, frick it. If I could freak one of them out and mess up their aim, I'll just use prestidigitation, throw some sparks at one of them. The one that's about to shoot, not the one that did shoot already. That's the best
Unfortunate,
I got.
unfortunately, some harmless sparks are not gonna fool these guys. but I do appreciate the effort. After that, honestly, mood.
I rolled a D3.
Yep,
Why?
because the backlines.
Oh
Ah,
boy.
That is a miss. As Akroon barely dodges out of the way. Oh wait, no, they have advantage. Shoot. They do have advantage. Unfortunately, as you see, as you're trying to send out those sparks, it does not dissuade the flying bolt and shoots Akroon right in the chest.
Oh no.
Both individuals fall to the ground as these two commoners begin to freak the fuck out. It is now your turn, Liana.
Oh crap.
I will
Crap,
say,
crap, crap.
if you just head north, you're going to be heading towards the Dias.
Um. Yeah. But a croon. Damn it. Um. Oh crap. I forgot that the herbalism kid doesn't help in 8-5E.
Uh,
Not for this.
what are you looking to do? Worst I can say is no.
I was gonna try to stabilize them. And try to swim action to stabilize them, and then try to pick them up and run.
You can't do both. Definitely can't do both.
Yeah. But also the herbalism kit specifically just lets me make medicines. It doesn't do any of the healing stuff that it does in regular 5e.
I
So
I don't think can do that in regular 5e, but I would be willing to.
with your herbalism kit, I thought it
With,
allowed you to stabilize.
no, that's the healer kit.
Oh, okay. I might have
But
been
I
mistaken.
would
My
be
bad.
willing to allow it.
Uh,
I think that's a very creative use of our herbalism kit, so I'd be willing to allow it.
I will pick up Akron and run as fast as I can.
All right. I imagine fear is just going to use their reaction to let you through as you move past.
Yeah, and I'll just book it. Like, go, go. We can't take them on. Get out of here. Let's go. And I'll try to take some cover while I'm moving.
Uh, I mean, I guess you could take cover behind fear.
Yeah. Well, it's like trying to like angle, trying to cut off their view as I'm running away.
That's fine. Uh, this guy, one of the posers, is going to take a shot against the nearest commoner because they are jerks.
Yeah, but they don't deserve to die, even the smokers.
Yeah, this dude gets shot
Oh, you had the smokers. My bad.
straight in the chest and also perishes. They are pretty content with where they're standing right now. Kroon is going to make a death save. Because they're a commoner, if they fail one death save, they're done. Because they have slight plot relevance. All right. N- Next up, Fear is gonna step up and say, "Sir, stand behind me. Get going. I'll hold these off," as they attempt to pull out their hand axe again. And true to that natural one, this the mechanism jams. They You don't see their face, but they do panic a little. And I don't think they would have had the time to grab another weapon from the Saphiric Rose. And so they're just gonna dash at this. They're just gonna dash at this guy. This poor dude just gonna run. Just gonna absolutely book it away. Not really giving any sort of care, just freaking out. Okay, maybe not freaking out, but at least calm enough to not really want to be in the situation. At least calm enough to keep turn around and look at you guys as you're moving. After that, for the plot, we are going to go to this guard. They're going to take a shot at disadvantage. Actually, no. They wouldn't care about this man. Provoke an opportunity attack. Fear is just going to throw hands. That is not enough, unfortunately. As this man is going to take a shot at an innocent person. As that flies past, man screams. Man
I'm back. I'm sorry.
absolutely runs. Come back to you, Kalius.
What did I miss? I was gone for like a minute.
Fear's hand weapon mechanism has jammed. They're going in with their fists, telling you to run. The other commoners have booked it, and Leanna is trying to take a croon with her.
You know, at this moment, I'm regretting the destiny that I gave Kalius because and the things I had him say for his reasons why he joined up with the rest of the party after the fact.
We can change that later if you wish.
I,
Destinies are meant to be changeable. This would be.
no, the destiny can change, but what he said, um, for those of you who already watched the episode where Kalius was introduced and his reason for joining the party, you know why he joined the party, and I feel like I have to honor that right now as much as I'm gonna hate it. So you-
Gonna run?
yes, I'm also gonna run. but I'm gonna try to give I'm gonna try to give Vera the best fighting chance he has. First things first, I'm gonna target this guy and shoot him with a celestial burst.
That does it.
This hits,
Yep.
and I'm gonna turn around and yell at Vera. Vera, come on, don't be stupid. You gotta run now. And gonna gonna start running forward. I'm not gonna get that in front of I'm not gonna get that far away from Diana and Akrundo, so I'm probably gonna just be right here.
Gotcha. Liana, just gonna keep on going. Liana.
Yeah, it's gonna keep on going. I'm assuming a crew is still with us.
Uh, you hope. Just gonna dash.
Just a full out book it.
Cool, cool. This guy is gonna be a really big jerk. They're gonna move right here. And seeing that you're being a nice person, Leanna, they're gonna shoot
They
at
have a
you.
clear shot.
Somehow. Those are
Oh
just
damn!
awnings. They're gonna take a shot at you. I am gonna give you a +2 to armor class.
Oh yeah.
Uh, can I have you roll luck, please?
Rolling luck.
I think, honestly, you might have wanted to. Actually, we're gonna have a croon also roll luck. Honestly, it's probably a little bit better you rolled a lower. Hmm.
Son of a bitch.
That's maybe like a good one.
It isn't.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, 5 luck rolls. Usually low's good on that. Nope.
I mean, you wanted low on this. Anyway, you feel a thunk in your shoulder, Liana.
Ow.
Fear is going to come on up behind this guy and is gonna freaking grab him. Just goes on up, tries to grab this guy, and they're going to politely try to shrug this off, and they do.
But crying out loud.
As looks back to this Warforged with a jammed arm mechanism. This guy is one of the commoners is absolutely gone. I think they're still like just going behind cover and like waiting for you guys. They're not absolutely leaving the situation, but they are keeping an eye out. Kalius, you just saw a Kroon get shot again.
I'm still holding out desperate hope that she just a few more seconds I'll be able to help her. Um, I am gonna run, but I'm gonna take one more shot of Celestial Burst at this guy and just that's the most I can do. He looks hurt. Hopefully this one next one hits and ends him. Once I know Kroon is good, then I'll try to come back and help Veer, but I I I gotta run after I try to shoot this guy. Oh, I guess I was pretty angry about that. So that was a nat 20.
Get him.
So anyway, Kaylee started blasting, and just absolutely as soon as the shine fades away, the smoke also dissipates, and there's just nothing there. Almost like it's some sort of
All right,
video
Smoke
game.
him.
all right, and I take my movement to continue running away and get closer to Akroon and Liana.
Fair enough. As there's going to be another stab. There's going to be a stab against Fear. It is going to hit, unfortunately. And as you are running along, there are more people come. There are more poses coming in. They are coming in hot. It's not looking good, my dude. The other commoner runs, and it comes to your turn, Liana. As you are probably just running.
Come on, Akron. Hang in there. Please. Just hang in there. We're almost there. Just a little more. I keep running.
Keep on running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running. Uh, these guy. They. This guy is going to begin to flank Fear. That is going to be a 1 point of damage, however, still a hit. And they are going to see the situation, and they are going to run away. They are going to provoke an opportunity attack, but they are going to nod to you. They're going to just run. There's going to be 2 opportunity attacks. We'll just roll them simply here for simplicity's sake. That is a yikers. And that is not a yikers. For all the marbles, Fear, are you dead? They are not,
Yay.
as they just book it. Kalius.
I'm dashing after Liana and Akroon.
Gotcha.
Dashing through the streets with our lives are on the line.
Where exactly are they on the map now?
They are gone.
Are they?
We are
Then yeah, I'm just gonna.
we're gonna be doing 2 more attacks against Fear. And I will, and who knows what will happen as you guys, as we come back to reception. You guys run together, and the two commoners do come with you, just like with their weapons. Like, oh, hope, oh my God, uh, I'm gonna say arbitrarily, these people don't know of you, Leanna. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Uh,
I'm just a brewer.
Actually, you know what? Let's roll two history checks. Let's see how this goes. One of
Oh
them
yes.
definitely knows you. They look at you. Oh my God, Liana, a croon. What? Come on.
And
Yeah.
wait, before anything, I'm gonna rub up to them. Just like, please be okay, please be okay, please be okay. And I'm gonna
She's
check to
gotta
see
be
if the
okay.
crew still has a pulse.
You
Gotta
put
be okay.
you put your neck against. Yeah, I'm sorry. You put your fingers against their neck, and there's no pulse.
No, 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 no. Come on, come on. And uh, out of character, I know this is hopeless, but in character, I'm gonna attempt to do cure wounds.
You, in a panic, cast Cure Wounds, and while it does, no, it doesn't. The magic fades, and also you don't have spell slots. Oh wait, no, you
I
transition.
only use one spell slot.
No, you use both guiding bolts in the last combat.
No, you only use one guiding bolt.
I'm pretty sure you
I use
use.
one guiding bolt, a celestial burst, and shocking grasp.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh
Regardless,
wait, no, 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 no. You're right. You're right. I think no. I'm remembering. I did use the second guiding bolt. Never mind.
yeah,
And then
I knew
yeah,
it
that
wasn't
just
great.
makes the desperation even more.
Uh,
I'm trying to cast cure wounds with no energy.
Fortunately, you do have something else.
Spare the dying.
No, you are a freaking celestial, dude. Celestial legacy. You can give out 1 point of HP.
Oh crap! I forgot about that. Then yeah, I try to do that.
Please. Please be in time.
Then yeah, this is literally the last bit of my energy before I'm just relying on cantrips.
Yeah,
Come on, please, please, please.
you send out not necessarily like magic, but just that little bit of you that's connected to the cosmos, and the healing does not take effect because you are well aware this healing does not affect the dead.
No, no, no. No. Come on, Akun. Please. No. Leon is just gonna just keep shaking them, just trying to get them to get up. Just please. No, you can't. You can't leave us too. Please, no.
Their
I
their bloodshot eyes and the fact that their muscles aren't moving, despite the fact just an hour ago she was literally serving drinks and mimosas. Now just a victim of whatever the hell is going on here.
um shoulders are beginning to shake, but I try my best to hold it in. I put my hand on the shoulder and just hold her still, with the other hand closes Akroon's eyes. Come on. Um, I try to take Akroon from Liana. Does Liana let me?
No, 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 no. She can't. She can't be. Try. Please try again. She can't be.
I'm sorry.
Come on, a crude.
I'm sorry.
Please. And she'll just start weeping, just kind of lay her head down.
The commoners come up to you and just Liana, Kalius, you said there's a way out at the Dias, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Come
there
on,
is.
come on, Liar. We gotta leave her.
Again, I take a crew. I try to take a croon from Liana's grasp, and
I think she's just sobbing at this point, not responding.
is there like a wagon or maybe a house that's with the door busted open? I just don't want to leave them on the ground on the streets.
Yeah, sure. You can leave her body to the side if you wish.
Yeah, I just walk into a home that's already open and abandoned and just kind of place a croon on the couch. Come on, let's get to the DS. As soon as we find this guy and help him, maybe we could hear. And hopefully Veer could find us afterwards. And if anybody's paying attention, it's very obvious that Kalis's hands are shaking at this moment. Come on, we can't stay here. We gotta go. And I go up to Liana and help her back up.
She's not gonna stop crying, but she'll go with.
The best thing we could do now is try to survive. Survive for them, right?
Yeah. Was that?
As the four of you guys begin to rush towards the Dias, there is a this.
Oh,
Hmm?
sorry, real quick. Before we leave Akron behind, I will take something to remember her by as well, just like I did with the other sibling. It's a little memento, so never forget them.
What do you take from? Or are you leaving behind the necklace?
Do they have anything on them, like a necklace or a ring or anything like that?
They probably had earrings.
Then I will take the earrings and put them with the necklace. Keep those with me.
All right. As you take the earrings and begin to head on off, The chaos and the screaming of the city is getting louder and louder. And eventually, after a little bit of running, you come upon the mayhem that is at the teleportation dais. You see many people yelling, wrestling each other, literally beating each other up with their fists. And upon a quick assessment, none of you guys see the large pale man.
Great.
You guys stay here. I'm, I'm, I'm gonna try to see if maybe they're in one of the employee rooms.
Do we even know if they're an employee here? Because from what they were saying, none of the employees were here.
I mean, if I was this person, I would start looking there just to be absolutely sure, right? Just
Yeah.
just stay out here. I'll be back in a moment. I promise.
And I
And
and to keep
but
things and to keep things canon, I think this is where Kalius breaks off from the rest of the group. As the other commoners look to you, Leanna, and just come on, let's look around the crowd. Maybe they're behind the dais.
Yeah, maybe. Let's go, I guess.
As you begin to walk off, Leanna, Kalius, you head in to the staff area where file cabinets have been turned over. Multiple people are digging through the employee desks. A few different splatters of blood here and there. As you look around for the big pale man, and you hear a high pitched voice just like, I, I heard your voice. I heard your voice. I thank you so much. As you turn and look into one of the staff rooms and see the big pale man, complete with a really weird headdress and outfit, helping
Rude.
a mouse folk up to her feet. Raph, as you are helping Melanie up and out of the room that you just busted into.
Yeah. It's been a while, so I don't remember a whole lot of this part of it.
Fair enough.
It was very emotional, and I wasn't all here for it
yeah,
afterwards.
Fair
I'm
enough.
gonna be honest. I don't remember bit for bit how exactly when I just remember that this is where Kalius found you two after you had that moment,
Fair
and he
enough.
helped you guys kind of settle things, calm things down, and get the DSs working.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
As
Well,
as the timeline continues, Farami, you come up with a plan to get the two of these guys out with a distraction. You somehow are able to figure out the dais as hope begins to fill this room. Liana, as you are trying to look around with these two commoners, you see a shiny individual coming into the room with multiple crossbow bolts stuck in their back. As you
Fear?
as you see fear coming in hot.
Fear.
Uh, I
You
believe
made it.
I believe the term for how I feel is pincushion.
I can see that. Liana's mind's just kind of spinning with everything that's been going on, getting a little overwhelmed. She's just gonna kind of like look around and just see her herbalism kit on her side, and she's gonna start rummaging through it and try to see if there's anything that she might have that might be able to help with this, even though she knows he's a construct, so probably nothing in there, but just for lack of anything else to do and brain swimming with everything that's going on, I think she would still try to see what she had. Just acting more out of instinct rather than thinking.
Yeah, you put on some ointment, and fear just looks down at you. They don't say anything, but there's a blank expression on them as a big old guy, as you turn and see the big pale man telling everyone to organize and to calm down and do we have a volunteer? I am going to say uh, it does make sense for Fear to actually be one of the people to operate.
Yeah, I'll say if they don't step up and offer to help, then Liana will.
Yeah, because they are
It's not
Warforged.
exactly her wheelhouse, so
Yeah,
she'll
Fear.
she'll do what she can, but hopefully somebody a little more technically qualified would be able to help out better.
Yeah, and I will roll a D4 to see if they were the genius engineer that rolled a nat 20.
Come on, do it.
Come on.
No,
Great.
Ah,
but it does make sense as Fear steps up to help out Raffarami.
oh God.
Yeah.
If they're not the genius that left, or the one that stayed behind to help teach everybody else.
Uh, and for with that, Liana, I need you to roll a D2. If you are roll one, you go in the
Oh,
first. You go in the first group. If you roll a two, you go in the second group.
It's the second group that was a safer one, right?
Yes.
yeah.
You. This is just going to come down to luck.
Yes.
As the first teleportation goes through, and like about half of the people at the dais are teleported away. You don't see newer blood splatters, so Liana, you come on up to the dais as Fear gives you a big smile as everyone else operates and begins to calibrate to another safe destination.
As I
Can
step
I
up and
just
he
add?
smiles, I'm gonna run up and just give him a big hug.
Fear looks down to you and pats you.
Can I add
Or le-
one thing to the canon and say at this moment that Alias sees that Iana is in the DS and is about to teleport and just wave to them.
Sure. As
And
you,
I am smiling, like finding Referami, having this lift his spirit a bit, and so he's smiling as you're teleported hopefully to safety.
as you shut the door, you know what? I'm gonna roll for the two other peasants. Let's see how this
Yeah,
goes.
I think Liana would have the earrings and the necklace in her hand as she's like just waiting for it to teleport, hoping that everything goes okay.
Okay. As you have everything set up and you're in the next group, you feel the energy around you in a wave of light. You disappear. I don't know what
I'd be holding my breath.
I don't know what you do for the next week or two, Liana, and probably for the rest of this campaign. This will probably be the last scene you'll appear in.
Who knows? Maybe we'll run into her again.
Who knows? But you do get an invite, a memorial from the Big Pale Man. Would you like to join along?
Sure,
Teleportation's a little bit of a nightmare since the fall of the first ring.
I would imagine so.
You haven't heard from any of your other coworkers, not even Fear. As Kalius, you mingle along the crowd in this little cave in black soot, seeing faces you just saw as a blur. You see an elvish woman who, to your knowledge, was the only employee to make it through.
Liana? Liana,
Okay.
please tell me that's you, and I'm coming towards them.
She'll still just kind of be in a bit of a daze as she just kind of look around and try to see if she spots anybody that she knew, but also knowing that so many of the people she knew probably didn't make it. But hearing your voice, she would turn around, eyes lighting up,
Holy
just run up
crap,
and
it
give you a
is
big ol' hug.
you! Yeah,
Kaylee,
same. Oh, thank the gods in the heavens that you're right. I haven't heard from Sora or Jory, and I, I I don't know what happened to Veer, but
I
it's
saw
so good
Veer
to
at
see
the
that you're
dais.
okay. One more time, Dragon. I'm sorry.
I saw Veer right before he was one of the ones operating the dais. He saved a lot of people, but I haven't seen him. I don't know if he made it. I hope he made it. Have you seen him?
I haven't. I am hoping they made it. When when I told him that I might have found another way out, he told me not to worry about it. That he was gonna help with the deal some more. And then and then the freaking mountain exploded, and I hope he's okay.
Yeah, so do I. Come on, Mir, where are you?
You know, it does my heart good to know that at least you're okay. Especially since I heard about what happened to the first group that got teleported.
Yeah, I. And she'll just kind of go quiet a little bit at that point.
One of the commoners that survived with you guys, they will look at you, hearing this, and just like, yeah, my liver and my kidneys were switched. It was not a good experience.
Um, Obviously, the hug has been broken since we started talking. I just go up to the this commoner and just give him a pat on the back. But hey, you're alive, right?
I think I am.
That I think we can all say that. We're gonna make the most out of all this, right? I know I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just I wish they could have been here.
Same. I've been trying to find some of the other people who worked with us back at the tavern from the other shifts, but no luck yet. And I know we're not the only ones who got off the ring before it all went down. So I'm holding out hope still.
It's almost like everyone around you survived the fall of the first ring.
Oh yeah, that too.
But regardless, I think this is the time that the party does their speeches. My Ethel tries to inspire everyone and critically fails,
Unfortunately.
and the timeline continues as we come up to the present day.
Um, Helios did tell Liana what he was planning on doing. That he was gonna help the group that was helping a lot of people with on the first ring solve why this happened and try to prevent it from happening again. Does Diana react in a certain way or just well wishes?
I think I think she would wish you well, and she hopes that once you find out who did it, and you see her eyes just steel in her eyes, just make them pay.
I plan
All of
on
our
it.
friends, they deserve at least that much.
Hell yeah, they
And
do.
I would say you
These
said it's in 2 weeks, right, Paul?
Yeah,
I think in that time she would have taken the earrings and the necklace and made like a little like a necklace charm out of them. And she'll reach up around her neck and she'll take it off of her neck and take Kaylee's hand, put it in his hand, so that their strength can be with you, and they can get their vengeance.
I'll try to do them proud. And hey, these guys I'm traveling with, they're the real deal. I just hope I'm able to shake off enough rust and not drag them down. Are you gonna be okay though?
Given the circumstance, probably about as okay as I can be. Probably ever will be. Just gotta kind of clear her throat a little bit, just kind of brush her arm across her eyes. Anyways, let's maybe pay our respects and get a little food.
Of course. And Kalius would kind of put the charm around his wrist, and just to make sure it's safe, the wristbands that he has in his profile art, he kind of tucks it under that, just so they don't go flying off by accident.
Alright.
And I will put that on my
I'm already
inventory
way
sheet.
ahead of you, sir.
Thank you.
I think for the rest of the event, Liana's just gonna. Sorry, she's gonna be obviously paying her respects and everything, but she'll also be keeping her eye out for Veer, hoping to see him, hoping to know that he's okay.
And as time comes to a still, I think we're going to end our session here. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves.
I am sad and angry that a croon was killed
Yeah,
and possibly Veer, but I am happy that at least Jory, Sora, and Liana survived.
It's a rough time.
And I'm hoping, since Veer didn't die on screen, so I'm hoping.
Fair enough. Well, chat, I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. This is It All Happens on Game Night. Take care.
bye everybody.
Good night, everybody.